Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, apparently, Leron Murphy is trying to call out Brian Ortega for whatever reason. I think that he's ducking everybody in front of him in the rankings right now. We're going to go ahead and talk about that in a little bit. But before we do, all I ask is for you guys to subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the discussion of things. So apparently, Leron Murphy beating Josh Emmett the way that he did last night was an absolute clinic, and that's just not me saying it. That's him posting a tweet. He said, "Real MMA fans will appreciate the technicality of that fight." I really didn't see any technical abilities from Leon Murphy last night, but okay. That's that fight IQ, pushing elbows and closed body kicks, neat footwork. Had him hurt a few times. Why would I stay in the pocket with the power puncher? Float like a butterfly, stink like a bee, baby. I don't really think that that was a very impressive win. Let's just mention the facts. Leon Murphy is a much younger guy. He is a guy that's undefeated. He was supposed to come in and completely dominate Josh Emmett, but Emmett gave him a really competitive fight. Too competitive, honestly, in my opinion. I really don't think that that was too impressive of a win, if I'm just being completely honest. But then after the fight, he goes ahead and calls out Brian Ortega. Let's go ahead and listen to what exactly was said.
He may not have been the fan favorite in the UFC Vegas 105 main event, but he did more than enough to earn a victory over Josh Emmett to stay undefeated in his career. It was a technically sound performance from Murphy as he outstruck Emmett round after round and frustrated the one-time interim title challenger, who just couldn't get his offense going during the fight. The judges scored the fight 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46, with Murphy getting the nod by unanimous decision to move to 16-0-1 overall with the win. At the post-fight press conference, Murphy called out Brian Ortega, vowing to finish him if they ever meet in the cage.
You know, and you had mentioned that you wanted to fight into the top five, and I believe you said Brian Ortega out there.
Yeah.
Why Ortega? Is it just because he's near the top five, or is that just a fight that you've been looking at for a while?
Yeah, just a fight I've been looking at for a while, and obviously you see Diego Lopez going to get a title shot after beating him, so I want to take a similar route. I thought Danny Ige, same as Lopez too, so yeah, man, just give me one of them guys.
If they did give you that fight with Ortega, how do you see that fight going down?
I finish him.
That simple, huh?
That simple, I finish him. I get better with every fight, I get more experienced, and I get more confident.
Now, the reason I'm saying that Leon Murphy is pretty much ducking everybody else in front of him in the rankings is because Brian Ortega literally said that if he loses to Diego Lopez on fight night and Noche FC last year in September, that he was going to go to 155. So what sense would it make for Leon Murphy to call out somebody who isn't even wanting to compete in featherweight anymore? It doesn't make any sense. Leron Murphy got the win over Josh Emmett. He's obviously going to be going up in the rankings, but everybody else that's in front of him probably beats Leron Murphy, except for Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega would probably be the only fighter that he has a chance of winning. In front of him would probably be Arnold Allen, Jair Rodriguez, Movsar Evloev, Diego Lopez, Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski. I mean, who else? I mean, of course, we know that Ilia Topuria is leaving the featherweight division. But right now, literally, his best bet and his only bet is to call out Brian Ortega, a guy who isn't even eyeing the featherweight division anymore, to try to get a title shot. That's a terrible fucking argument. Like, is Leon Murphy hoping to say that, oh, I beat Brian Ortega, therefore I should fight for the title? A guy that freaking lost to Diego Lopez? It doesn't make any freaking sense whatsoever. I genuinely think that he is ducking everybody else in front of him in the rankings. Let's not forget that Josh Emmett is 40 years old. He is ancient for the featherweight division, and he gave Leon Murphy a very competitive fight. Leon Murphy and Arnold Allen, in my opinion, would be a much more interesting matchup. Arnold Allen, of course, being 31 years old, is closer to being at the same age as Leon Murphy, who right now is 33. I think that would be a much more interesting fight. Or he could fight someone like Yair Rodriguez, who is in a 2-fight losing skid. I think he does have a fight that's scheduled. But I think that these two matchups, Leon Murphy versus Arnold Allen or Leon Murphy versus Yair Rodriguez, would be much more interesting fights than us seeing Brian Ortega step into the octagon with someone like Leon Murphy, who probably is going to beat Brian Ortega, who seems to look pretty much washed nowadays. In my honest opinion, I really do think that Leon Murphy is just ducking a lot of opportunities right now in the featherweight division, calling out someone like Brian Ortega, who pretty much planned on leaving the division in the first place. In my opinion, I feel like Leon Murphy should look for other battles where he has a lot more to gain to really prove that he's amongst one of the best in the featherweight division. I mean, getting a win over 40-year-old Josh Emmett really doesn't sit too heavy, in my honest opinion. I really don't consider it that good of a win. I mean, of course, we saw Josh Emmett, have that one knockout shot against Bryce Mitchell, but besides that, what really has he done recently besides being a punching bag for Ilya Taporia? It makes no sense for Leon Murphy to say that that win was really that good, because if we're being honest, it wasn't. Leron Murphy versus Arnold Allen or Yair Rodriguez is something that I want to watch. It's something that I need to see in order to see where Leon Murphy really stacks up in the featherweight division, because right now it's kind of questionable. I really don't think he's that good. I think that Leon Murphy is going to get fraud checked amongst the best of the best in the featherweight division. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As always, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with everything that is MMA, all the important topics, all the real discussions. It's a pleasure. Peace out and have a good one.